Hello and welcome back to our KSP Career playthrough, and today we will be going actually onto Minmus. Yes, I have decided to take on an extra Minmus mission. I know that in the previous episode we have been building ships to go to Eve and Duna, but there is some time left before that window opens, more exact 1 year. So I figured might as well use the time to actually gather some more science by making a Minmus materials lander that will be going down to Minmus, gathering some data on a biome that we haven't yet visited and going back to Kerbin, so to grab all that important science. So this is the common lander that we have been using, and we are using, as you can see, the mystery goo, the experiment storage units and all that. You have seen this, and we have taken the plant flag on Minmus, and as one of you guys pointed out, there is an additional bring a green sandstone back with you. So that is a mission that I will be undertaking today, and hopefully you will, I'm hoping you will enjoy it. Anyway, let's accept the contract, and we have a lot of ground to cover today because I don't plan on skipping the maneuver nodes and all that, because I understand that some of you here watching this channel are actually new players to KSP, as funny as it sounds, that I mean 10 years after the launch, but I think it's a good recap anyway. So, I'm thinking of opening up another section of research, whether it be aerodynamics, subsonic flight, specialized control. I'm thinking I'm gonna take this mainly because of the chutes and the advanced inline stabilizer that we need badly for the bigger 2.5 meter rockets. This one, advanced advanced something. Anyway, alternative is simple command modules, and we already have those, and those are only slightly bigger. We already have a one that is more advanced, so I think I'm gonna go with the specialized control. Thank you very much. Now, as you can see, we have at least 368 days till we can launch the Duna Science and Eve Science lander ships. So I figured might as well, you know, do some Moon and Minmus missions in between until the launch window opens. That being said, I was thinking of actually sending first a scientist, but we all know we need a pilot. So without further ado, our lander is launching at 2.5 times time acceleration as always, and a little bit of our Soyuz-like boosters to go. I'm trying to keep the thruster weight of 1.7, 1.8, and this is a standard launch with the, you know, standard reliability of our Minmus lander. Catherine Jenkins, who hasn't been to Minmus yet, is gonna get her wings again, and yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary, shooting once again for the 100-kilometer apoapsis, and look at the beautiful moonrise rising above Kerbin. That's just amazing. Gets me every time. I mean, it's amazing how a 10-year-old game can still instill a sense of wonder and appreciation and awe. Yes. Okay, I mean, our approach is going a little bit more shallow than I would originally have anticipated and liked. However, I think it's good enough. We're gonna get into a stable orbit of around 100 kilometers, after which I fully intend to do, you know, the inclination change and then a transfer burn to Minmus. Catherine is looking happy, and yeah, okay, 100 apoapsis. Let's add a maneuver node. I know that some of you have already seen this many times, and but I figured there is no point of skimping on the, you know, tutorials. It's always good to recap how you do these things, and I get it. I mean, we're 24 missions in. We would be expected to go to Duna by now, but playing with this tech tree, which is community tech tree, is a lot harder actually, guys, and it takes a while. So I figured might as well, you know, have it done right. And there are a lot more... Okay, Catherine, are you done? Okay, good. And there are a lot more biomes to explore, both on Moon and Minmus. We've only visited 1 or 2, so why not go and grab all that important science? I mean, don't we want to have it? I'm pretty sure I do. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. the engines roar to life, and apparently our, boosting stage is still the boosting stage, so we will have enough fuel probably all the way up to ejection burn, and probably some will have to dump the fuel tank or the booster somewhere mid-burn. So I guess it will be fine. Alright. Catherine, there we go. Switching to orbital view. Rocket looking as cool and sleek as ever. However, we need to now take Minmus as our intended target, which reveals the ascending and descending node marked as A, N, and D, N respectively, and it's minus 5.8. Ultimately, we want to set up a maneuver node so that those are 0.0. So, as I said, we are doing the inclination change. There we go, 0.1, and this should be 0.0. There we go. Beautiful. Now the next thing that we need to do is point the rocket maneuver prograde, which is actually normal prograde, indicated by the pink marker or triangle. There we go, and the burn will be happening in 14 minutes and 32 seconds. Yeah, not if I can help it though. It will happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Oh, the magic of video editing. I just love being able to skip to the good part. Now, talking about, okay, 1.6 meters per second. I mean, the more exact you do, the better. However, it doesn't need to be spot on, right on the nose, as they would say. So, what I intend to do now is I will add another maneuver node and let's set up a Minmus encounter. So, let's see. Oh, that's a little bit too much, don't you think, GrunfWorks? Let's find a nice approach. There you go, much better, thank you. Periapsis, let's bring it a little bit more down. I always fiddle too much when it comes to this. Well, what can you do? Nobody's perfect. There we go, starting the burn in 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Oops, and now kicking the engines, and bye-bye booster, and we are on our trusty, I think, what was it? No, this is not the Rhino, I forgot what the name of the engine. Come on, chat, please. What's the engine? Yeah. Ah, Terrier. Terrier it is. Yeah, and given that its thrust weight is not exactly stellar, however, it's good enough. That gives us a burn time of 1.5 minutes. So it's gonna be a while till we get, and Catherine doesn't mind. She's just happy that she is going to Minmus. This time I made sure that we have all the radiation shielding that she will need, so that ScanSat Mark 1 batteries are almost empty. Oh, you sly ScanSat, warning you. I still haven't gotten yet back the science from the Moon ScanSat. Maybe I should probably go and revisit it. I'll probably maybe do it in the next episode, just quickly revisit it and pick up the science and be none the wiser. Alright, so with another 45 seconds to burn, we are slowly raising our apoapsis to intersect with the Minmus's intended, I would almost say flight path, but it's actually more like orbit path. I'm sorry, Catherine, you were saying? Ah, she's alright, she's just happy. There we go. Alright. 100 meters to go, and we are almost encountering. Beautiful. And okay, now we will do the rest very carefully. 1 meter per second to go, and there we go. Okay, a little bit more just to tweak the Minmus periapsis. It's now sitting at 1,742,000, so a little bit more burn until we bring it down to a more manageable level. let's say 148. I think that's almost good enough. Let's uncheck this so it doesn't confuse us which one is we're using. And let's leave Kerbin behind, shall we? Bye-bye, Kerbin. It's beautifully highlighted, and yeah, this gets me every time. Crossing radiation belt exposed to extreme radiation. Thank you so much. Oh, there's the moon. Bye, moon. We're just flying by. Beautiful. And dark. Now, where's Minmus when you need him? Oh, Minmus. Oh, there it is. All minty and green and eager to get encountered with us and give us some sweet science. All the new wondrous discoveries that we're gonna make. And the moon scansat batteries are almost empty. Shutting down non-essential says, I couldn't care less. Now, let's approach Minmus, shall we? There we go, and we will be performing orbital insertion burn the moment we get there. So this time I'm actually not going too close to Minmus, but I'm just doing a flyby, and when I'm in the periapsis, I'm gonna execute the orbit insertion maneuver, which will put us in a nice elliptical orbit around Minmus, and then we will be, when we're on the dark side, we're gonna do the deorbit burn. So 189 meters per second, that's 22 seconds, that's not a lot, and the burn will be happening in 54 seconds. Kicking up the time acceleration a notch, just to bring it down to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, bringing down periapsis to some 20 kilometers, that's perfect. And the whole idea is that when we are at the periapsis, we shall be reducing that for the landing, because we want to be landing this time at some sort of flats biome. And those are basically the Minmus lakes, so big, round, or flat surfaces, you know. Alright, now let's check the Minmus periapsis. At end of the periapsis we do a maneuver that will be the deorbit burn. And it's setting up periapsis to be, you know, very low, but in the end we will be landing somewhere in this big lake over there. Okay, let's pre-position ourselves. The burn will start in 1 hour and 7 minutes, and I think we can even warp to the maneuver node. There we go. Coming ever so closer. Alright. 1 minute and 50 seconds to the burn. Confirming alignment, kicking the afterburners a little, and... oh, I mean... scan set. Alright. Now, the burn will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. There we go, bringing down the periapsis, and it's now at 3 kilometers. You know, I might as well reduce it even further at some point, but I think for the time being it will give us a nice flyby just to hover over the Minmus. I think is this Great Flats, or I don't know which flats this is actually. It's been a while. Relax. Oh, I will. Thank you. Now, okay, we have re-established the connection and we are just coming above. Let's see, biome. It says lowlands. The moment it flips, I'm looking at my, you know, Kerbal engineer, trusty. Let's orient orbit retrograde, and we should be over the flats biome in no time. Not locked. I actually prefer free. Come on, camera. Free. Thank you. Alright. There we go. We are all positioned in. I'm actually gonna turn it this way so that my controls are upright. Stability assist. I'm not gonna go a full, you know, orbit retrograde. So now let's see. We are greater flats. Yes. Okay, so this is a good biome to actually collect the green stones. So I'm thinking a little bit further out, and then we shall be performing the landing. We have a total of 1.7 thousand meters per second. I mean, it should be more than enough. I think landing and going up shouldn't be not more than 1,000 in total. Should be, I think, around a couple of hundred, actually. So I'm actually now performing, I'm killing off in my total horizontal speed. I want to really nullify it so that I am actually going straight down, because that makes the landing much easier. And I do it by actually positioning the orbit, the nav ball retrograde marker on the top of the nav ball. However, you have to be careful that you do select the surface and not the orbit indicator as I have here. If you click it, then you're at the surface. So now what you want to do is you want to place this exactly on the north pole, or actually on the pole of the nav ball. So it's close but not entirely close. So as you can see, I'm just navigating, and by burning retrograde, I'm positioning the retrograde surface marker exactly on top of the nav ball, and thus killing off my horizontal speed as much as possible. I'm also keeping track of my vertical speed, which is minus 47-ish, and we have enough thrust to weight to kill off quite significant amount quickly. However, I mean, you want to be paying close attention to, you know, the suicide burn if you want to do it. And I'm trying to find now my my shadow, and you can see it at, say, 3 o'clock from the craft, a tiny black speck. So we are ready for the landing, and as it's approaching, we are doing quite nicely. So that thing being said, my surface speed is 60. I do want to be, we're going now below 1,000 meters, so I actually wanting to reduce my velocity by a bit. Okay, 500, killing off vertical velocity so that we don't do exactly a hover slam. Okay, good. Now we're at 10 meter surface velocity, and I really need to just kill off the rest of the horizontal speed. It's very minuscule. However, I want to be, because if you have some horizontal speed while landing, what can happen is that you can flip over, even on Minmus. And we are checking the slope. The slope is none because this is the flats biome, so we don't have to be concerned about that part. Okay, the shadow is good, and we are trying to go softly for the landing. Come on, 2.7, 2.8. Almost there, reducing the vertical velocity, and touchdown. The Catherine has landed. Beautiful. Look at this. If that's not a screenshot worthy thing, I don't know what is. Now, onwards with the mission. Catherine, you want to be starting all the experiments that we still haven't executed, and I'm gonna just kicking the time acceleration or skip to the part when they are done. Like, for example, now, oh, we had got a little bounce. All right, get out. I want you to do an EVA report and collect the surface sample, please. So EVA report you can do while hanging on the ladder, but the surface sample I would really much appreciate. Well, you cannot do surface sample from the ladder. You have to go down, plant a flag, do something, you know, meaningful. All right, we have EVA report, and then we'll need to do a surface sample. Oh, you have the visor, Catherine. Nice job. Right, so plant a flag. Well, let's take care of that. That's one of the missions. We wanted to plant a flag on Minmus. Let's raise the visor. We want to see your face, Catherine. Now, All right. Planting a flag. There we go. Good. Awesome. So, surface sample, we will be starting now. Okay, so let's name Greater Flats Conquered. Yes. That's good enough. And the plaque text is gonna be, I don't know, I was here or Catherine was here. Catherine was here. Thank you, Catherine. Awesome. Perfect. So, now let's see. Let's take a selfie. There we go. Catherine, smile for the camera, will you please? Smile? No? Ah, now she smiles after I've taken the picture. Yeah, okay. Time to look for that green sandstone. It should be somewhere on the biome, so I guess I'll do a little bit of search. Now, for your convenience, I have actually accelerated this, I think, 2.5 to 3 times, because I'm flying just gently. Oh, I see a speck. Maybe that's the green sandstone we want to have, so let us continue. Looks like something. Oh, and it is a sandstone. Oh, break. There we go. Catherine, would you mind taking that rock with you? I mean, it looks heavy, but granted that, you know, the gravity is null. Can you just put it in your back pocket, please? At this point, she's probably going on me like, you know, you're kidding, right? Nope, not at all. Just in your backpack pocket, it will be fine. 150 sandstone analysis. Keep at the experiment. I will. And look, she managed to pack it. Okay, but where is my lander now? Okay, I'm trying to find my lander. So, should be somewhere southwards, but I don't have the... Okay. Now, 135, is that maybe? I don't know. Let's try. There is a speck there, so maybe that's our lander. Is that our lander? No, that's another sandstone. Oh, did I lose my... Oh, there's my lander. There we go. A tiny speck in the greater flats of Minmus. Alright, that means that if we fly quickly enough, we will be getting there, and then we can go back home to Kerbin bringing a green sandstone with us. Gathering all kinds of all-important science, yes. And it's a healthy chunk of science. I mean, 140... science is not anything to be sneered at, so right, let's grab it. Thank you. Catherine, get in, please. Board. All right, beautiful. So, I think it's time that Mystery Goo observation, we already have all the data that we have here. Is there anything else? Let's see. Transfer the data here. Yes, thank you. Any more experiments we could do? I don't think so. So, let's take off and get back to Kerbin. Oh, our tanks are empty. Just remember to dump them. Look, that nice separation. We'll get booms all over the place. I wish I had a seismometer now to measure the impact. Look at that triangle. It will be called the boom triangle. Okay, at 22 kilometers we can do the, you know, the inclination change. Can we immediately do the burn directly? That would be nice. Let's see. Kerbin periapsis. There we go. 4. Okay, that's not bad. We can do that. 2, 1. That'd be nice. Come on, come on. Can we burn directly for the Kerbin periapsis? Because that would be just awesome. Oh, it seems that we can. It seems that we can. I mean, it's not the most efficient, but it's the fastest. So, okay, 38-ish. Right. So starting the burn right about now. 215. So see, we have plenty of delta V to get us back safely to Kerbin. Orbital period infinity, which means we are leaving the Minmus sphere of influence and going back to Kerbin. Alright, oh, wait. What's our periapsis? 209. Okay, we should do a minor tweak just to make sure that we are exactly on point. Periapsis is dropping to, say, 38-ish, 46-ish, 40, 35. Good, sold. Sold for 35 to the Catherine in the corner. Now, bye-bye Minmus. And, yeah, and no electric charge. I don't care about Scansat. Alright. Oh, and Catherine Jenkins has been in space for too long. She is hearing voices. So apparently, our Catherine, dear old Catherine, is having a mental breakdown, so it seems. Which means we should get her home as quickly as possible. She is already nuts, look at the face. Yeah! Alright, time for re-entry. Catherine, we're bringing you home, don't you worry. And we have the best drinks and snacks waiting for you. Alright, getting ready for the re-entry of our, there we go. Alright. Yeah, I mean, you have to give it her. She has lost it, a lot of days. I think it's 40 even days in this cramped capsule. I don't blame her for going nuts. I would have gone nuts too. Oh. Okay, that's one solar panel gone. That's another solar panel gone. Alright, come on. Hit it. I'm using just the remainder of the fuel to gently decelerate so that we don't burn off too much stuff, and then we decouple and bye-bye. Catherine is going home. So, with your convenience, this has been accelerated 2.5 times. Because, re-entries do take time, and there's no point of me dilly-dallying too long now, is it? So, speaking of this, we should be talking probably about next missions. I'm actually still thinking that maybe between this and our transfer windows, we might do another lander mission. I don't know if we'll go on Minmus or Moon, or maybe I'll just think about some rover stuff if we can, but I have to see what science we have unlocked. With this community test tree, these options are a little bit limited at the moment, so I'm focusing on the very near stuff here. If you guys have any suggestions which mission I should take, please post that in the comments below. I mean, it would be really cool to have those. So I generally read all of your comments and reply to every single one for the time being, for as long as I will be able to. So please, let me know your thoughts. Oh, and we are landing in the desert, meaning that maybe we could get some additional science, because I don't think we have science from the desert biome, do we? Look at it, crew report and everything. I'm sorry, Catherine, you'll have to be nuts for a little while longer until I kick in the afterburners. We have to get the science after all. Yeah, total insensitive. Way to go, GrunfWorks. Alright. That being said, I think we can take Catherine EVA just to have her collect the EVA report and EVA report, come on, surface sampling and EVA report. Thank you. So this will be taking on for 1 minute longer, and after that we will be boarding the capsule and recovering Catherine. Thank you so much. Alright, Catherine, go back, and then we will be examining all the fine ribbons that you've got. Alright, so 128 credits with 289 retrieved. We have 413 total science. Awesome. We shall be spending all that science in the next episode, but for now she advanced to level 2, which is wonderful, and she has gotten the research, the dangerous EVA, flag on Minmus, low gravity, and Minmus orbit ribbon. But that brings us to the end of this episode, guys. I hope you liked the episode. A like would be super appreciated, and press that subscribe button so you don't miss out when the new exciting episode shall come out. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I've been GrunfWorks, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks, signing off from yet another adventure.